Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hey everyone. Come on in, whoever wants to come on in. We got to talk because the case with Megan Thee Stallion is now with the jurors. So, I've got a lot of concerns and a lot of worries. And I just came on to tell you all that Tory shot Megan. Period. Period. Tory shot Megan. So, moving forward, let's see what the jury says. And I want you to know that how I know Tory shot Megan, it's because if Kelsey had shot Megan, when the police got there, Tory was on probation. And had Kelsey shot Megan, Tory would have said it was Kelsey from the beginning. One, he's not a girl's girl. Look at everybody that's bailing. Men are bailing. He's not a girl's girl. So he had no reason to protect Kelsey. He only had reason to protect himself. But because Kelsey didn't shoot Megan, Tory did, it didn't dawn on him to say Kelsey did it in the moment, because Kelsey would have denied it in a moment, one. And two, if Kelsey had done it, seriously, if she had shot Megan, he would have told the cops immediately. Because he doesn't like women. He would not, this would not have been a long drawn out whodunit if Tory didn't do it. If a girl had done it, he would have told the cops on the spot. On the spot. Who shot Megan? Tory. And guys, I don't believe the case is draining. Everybody sat through Amber Heard and Depp. Nobody once said it was draining. Why is this case draining? Why can't we sit in this and support the fact that Megan got shot? It's not draining. You all are copying each other's words on social media. It's not draining. This case has been going on for a week. Relax, people. You know who thinks it's draining? Megan. Megan thinks it's draining. Y'all don't think it's draining. It's not fair. I'm not saying get all excited about this case, but I didn't hear these same words with Johnny Depp and whatever his name is. No, stay vested. Stay vested in another woman. Stay vested that men don't care about women. Stay in this. Because if Megan loses this case, there's not a man intimately that you can trust. Promise. This isn't about Megan. This is about men being jealous of people like Megan. who are taking over the rap world. Thank you, Ken Ken. Thank you for saying that. I got you, Sin W. I got you. But I want to make something very clear, and I need to be heard here because I need you to understand the mind of what is going on. If Kelsey, listen to me carefully, if Kelsey had shot Meg, Tory would have told the police. He was on probation and he wasn't about to take a hit for some girl. It took them 3 years to come up with a story that Kelsey shot Meg. And only after her boyfriend from 1501 got her pregnant. Now they come up with a big story that Kelsey has to go with, or what? Or what was the threat on Kelsey? This is crazy to me. Tory shot Meg. Full stop. Full stop. Period. Point blank. This case should have ended that night. The cops were called. Megan's backing out of her car, bleeding, still has trouble with her feet. Kelsey wound up on the floor. I don't know where Lorenz was, but I promise you, if any of this was true, Lorenz would have said it that night. Who shot Meg? Tory. Thank you, Tulips. Aww. Tiptoe through the tulips. Do you know that song? I'm aging myself now. Yeah, you know what? The case is already at the juror. You know, the bodyguard, he's a coward. He's a coward. The bodyguard and the driver is a coward. And you know why? Because it's a man's world out there. Megan was left abandoned, even by her best friend. Damn. It's hard being a woman. It's worse being a black woman. I'm not even trying to pull cards on this. What do you spiritualists think? What do you think the jury's going to say tomorrow? Do you think the jury really is going to go for Tory? I'm not being like psychic now. I'm being facetious. Like, could they actually say Tory's innocent? With all the screw ups in this case that the jury can't see, this case is a mess. And Tory's side is lying, and that Tory side is tampering with jurors. A juror round up in the elevator with him. How? Make all of this make sense. I'm not going to do a reading on Megan until the case comes through. Then I'll read it. I'll read it when the case comes through. It makes a better difference. Like something has to shift. And this has been going on for 3 years. I read it 3 years ago, and I said Tory shot Megan 3 years ago. So I have to wait until there's a complete shift. And the case was not this shift because there's been too much chaos and lies. So the jury coming through with an answer is the shift. But I want you all to know that night he is on probation. If Kelsey had shot Megan, Tory would have vomited up the information the minute the cops got there. For those of you that are psychic, don't put your opinion in there. In this, put your psychic impression. Get the impressions, not your feelings, right? Your impressions. Hi, Miss Kimberlite. Hi, Ari. We got to start believing in women, and we have to start do better taking care of each other. Seriously. We got to stop letting these men trick women, even in a court case like this. Hi, Kiona. I mean, I get so frustrated. I get frustrated with the world today. I get frustrated. I get frustrated with this case. I get frustrated with the people watching the case. I get frustrated with the YouTubers who aren't really covering this case well enough. I'm just frustrated. And it's all because whatever this is against a woman. If it had been in reverse, and this was against Tory, it would be louder. Thank you, CW. Thank you. We do have to do better. We just do. All right, guys, I wasn't going to pull any cards on it, but if you want me to pull one card per deck, I could do that. And only read, oh, Herbert. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please. All right. One card per deck. Let's see how they talk to each other. We do have to do better and treat women with justice, love, and respect. And we have to do that for one another. We can't expect the men to do it. They haven't elevated yet. The men haven't elevated. Women, you've elevated. Like, all of y'all have a Tory in your lives. All of y'all have had a Tory. Think about it. So where are we going with this when we're choosing to let the media control our knowing, what we know? Every woman has had a Tory. Partnerships and alliance, emotional cleansing and rejuvenation, Five of Swords. I'm not reading Megan, though. I'm not reading Megan. Just reading on the situation. Upside down, rebel. Upside down, rebel. Okay, so if I were to pull these cards together, which I thought I brought my book, and I know I did, but I don't see it here. Partnerships and alliances. On Megan, she just doesn't have people on her side. I feel like she doesn't have people on her side. Guys, where is Jay-Z in all of this? Wasn't she originally assigned to Jay-Z? I'm a little confused about his lack of support, too. Can somebody tell me why am I missing Jay-Z from the equation? Emotional cleansing and rejuvenation. This is an emotional card, but look how naked she has to get. Look how naked and alone in a sea of water for her to get. And then I get the Five of Swords, which is self-sabotage, but I actually don't have my book here. Let's see what else this says. Let me just, oh God. Let me see. I've got no clothes on because I got my pajamas on already. All right. Thought I brought my book. Yes, yes. That's what I think too, that the self-sabotage has to do with, oh, oh, damn it. Let me just read it so you guys can understand what the Five of Swords mean. It means empty victory. It means one-upmanship. It means negative energy, wounded pride, humiliation, ridicule, embarrassment, underhandedness, betrayal, malicious gossip, a dispute, an argument, hostility, sabotage, a sneak attack, loss of face, cowardness, which is the bodyguards that are around her, that she also lost them. The bodyguard and the driver, she also lost them. Those were her people. Muddled opinions, right? That's the whole purpose of saying Kelsey did this, muddled opinions. Not considering the consequences, manipulation, a domineering attitude, blaming, self-blaming, revenge. It's only important whether you win or lose, not how you play the game. Be careful. You just might get what you want. The Five of Swords warns that you or someone around you may be acting in a negative or destructive manner. You may need to swallow your pride and admit your limitations before you can proceed. Your sense of ego, which is not maybe a little ego here, because at some point she has to stand her ground, preventing you from acknowledging that you have bitten off more than you chew. You may be so concerned about winning that you ignore the consequences. You may get something you thought you wanted only to realize it doesn't fulfill you. You may have won a battle, but at what cost? As you emerge victoriously, you ask yourself, was it worth it? I agree, CW. I agree. So, she may win this case, but at what cost? Because technically, she has lost everything and everyone. Was Rebel right side up or upside down? I can't remember now. Was this card right side up or upside down? I think it was right side up. Challenges authority to affect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So, who's ever on some damn religious game or serve your man type of game, that's not what's happening here. Megan is for And I don't think she meant to take this stand, but she is for feminine power. It was upside down? It was upside down? Jay-Z, please. He's just like them, not caring, hiding, and just thinking about himself, his money, and his entertainment career image. Right. Right. Okay, upside down. Rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Oh, she's still a rebel, though. Is this the card? Yes. It's just elemental P. She's still a rebel. I do see her as a rebel, but not on purpose. Shadow rebel compels you to rebel out of peer pressure for the sake of fashion and to become marred in another manifestation of conformity. May also reject legitimate authority for the wrong reasons. I think this case was so full of chaos that they're actually not going to trick the jury. I think this case is going to come back saying that Tory is guilty. I think it's going to come back tomorrow because I don't think they want to sit on this case the whole weekend. I think it would be dangerous to sit on the case the whole weekend because then the jury gets to look at media attention the whole weekend. Yes, the card is specifically directed at Meg. Yes. Yeah, that's true, Magic Mermaid. You know what else I'm getting? Rebel without a cause. Like she's swimming upstream against a system that wants her to shut it down. So I feel like it's that a movie, Rebel Without a Cause. She has no choice to rebel against the rap system. She has no choice. She has no choice. Like she has to do this. And yet you may win, but at what cost? She didn't design her life to be this way, right? Somebody shot her. She said it wasn't who we know it to be. It took her, what, a year to confess? And the reason why it took her so long to confess is because she was trained to protect the black man at all costs. Because George Floyd had just died and she didn't want to see that happen to Tory Lanez. That's who we are as women, that we protect men at all costs, but they don't die on the sword for us. Character witness for Megan from Rock Nation. Where were they? Why hasn't Jay-Z said something? Something. Megan is alone. I'm shocked at Jay-Z. Shocked. But I don't know what his role in her life is anymore. Like, did he give up years ago? Does he have no, like, I'm confused. If this was NFL, would he shut up? I'm curious. If this was the halftime, would he shut up? Just curious. Just saying. I don't think it's going to be a mistrial. This case is too silly to be a mistrial. Kelsey might have fucked up this part of it. Everyone could see that she was coerced and lying simultaneously. So that's a good point, Magic Mermaid. Michelle went through it with Dre, Michelle, and Aaliyah went through it with R. Kelly. That's a really good point that you just brought up. Lolita, the training of that mindset ends with Megan. Are we clear? The training of that mindset, protecting a black man at all costs, ends with Megan. They don't do the same for you. And listen, relationships where black men aren't protecting y'all. Call me a liar. So what is our mindset? If we're not getting protected intimately, why should anybody protect Megan? Because that's another slave mentality thinking. I'm not helping her. I had to go through it. She's not the only one. We got to stop this. We have to stop all of that thinking. We have to call black men out when they're not doing right. All right. I'm good, guys. We can't continue this anymore. Black men are not leading. Oh, thank you, Ken. Oh, men, speak up. Black men are not leading like we should. It started with the breakdown of the black family. Yes. This wasn't like this in the 60s. This came about during the crack era. This came about when welfare said you can't have a man in your house or else we won't give you welfare. What we should have said to welfare was, screw you. I don't want your rules and regulations and money. We will survive on nothing. That's what we should have said. Yes, we can change the mindset. That's what I'm saying. So if we can change the mindset, we have to change how we speak on it. And that's what I'm trying to say, how we speak on it. No, I'm not going to do a reading on Jay-Z. I don't like him enough to do a reading on him. I'm so disappointed in him. And I think if you guys are as equally as disappointed, I think you guys should tweet about it, right? Don't make me your leader, right? Don't put everything on me. I think if you have your own feelings, tweet it. Let him know. Start making him accountable for his lack of support for Megan. If there's still some involvement, he's so quiet. I'm wondering what's the relationship now. Tiffany, hi sweetie. Tiffany says, yep, don't forget the era of men pimping us. Black exploitation in films have shown us. Thank you, Tiffany. Lolita, I don't know what that means. Goldie, I want to know what's his energy around the case. I hear you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And trust and believe, I don't fear Jay-Z. It's not about that. I don't fear Jay-Z. I'm too disgusted with him to read him. It's not going to be a pretty read. I don't want to do it. And I wish if any of you have a problem with Jay-Z, I want you all to say it for yourself. I don't want to be that person that does all the calling out and y'all go, yep, that's right, Tracy, that's right, Tracy, but nobody does it with me. Just like nobody is supporting Megan enough. Nobody's supporting Megan enough. The feed should be full of, it should be full of support for Megan, but it's not. All right, guys. Megan needs all of us. She doesn't need a man. Megan needs every woman to stand by her. That's what she needs. And by the way, Stedman never married Oprah. Sleep on that. All right, guys. I want to do this because I'm pretty sure it's going to come tomorrow. Let's pray for Megan. What you say, Tiffany? Just like Ciara and Kelly Backer. I don't know what that means. Just like Ciara and Kelly backed Chris Brown. Oh, did they? Oh, interesting. Did they really? See? Then you proved my point. That's why for half of Rihanna's career, she had to live out the country. Y'all didn't notice that. For half of Rihanna's career, she wasn't in the U.S. Interesting. Didn't pick up on that, did you? Because Rihanna knows the industry. She already knew. The safest place for her to be was not in America. And you know who said that? Michael Jackson. Yep. Y'all didn't pick up on that. I did. I just didn't call it out until right now. All right, guys, I'm going to end this. Megan, I pray the jury sees that at the night of the shooting, if it actually had been Kelsey, Lorenz would have told the cops it was Kelsey. And that means it was Tory that shot Meg. Period, point blank. I love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow when the verdict comes in. Breathe. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to